Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself this: what do I truly desire? Now open your eyes and look around. Do you see it? Likely not. And this is where the battle begins, between what reason tells you is real and what your heart knows is possible. But let me tell you, reality is not the final judge of your dreams. You are. The first step in believing something when reason denies it is to acknowledge that reason is a tool, not a master. It is bound by the evidence of the senses, while your imagination is boundless. Reason will always tell you this cannot be done because it only knows what has already been done. But imagination, it creates what has never been seen before. To believe, you must step out of the realm of reason and into the realm of imagination. The secret lies in this: you must feel it real. You cannot simply wish or hope for something. No, you must embody the state of already having it. What would it feel like if your desire were true right now? What would you do? How would you act? Who would you become? Let that feeling flood your entire being until it takes on a life of its own. This is how you plant the seed of belief in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. But as you plant this seed, understand that the world around you may not change immediately. Your senses will cry out, "Look, nothing is different. This is foolishness." Do not give in to them. The senses are like mirrors. They only reflect what already exists. But belief, true belief, is the sculptor that shapes the mirror's reflection. Ignore the evidence of the senses. Detach from what appears to be and instead dwell on what must be. Reason will also bring doubt. It will whisper, "Who are you to achieve this? How could this ever happen?" But I urge you to see doubt as an opportunity for faith. Every doubt is a chance to reaffirm your conviction. Use those moments to say, "It is done. My desire is already mine." Persist in this assumption even when the outer world gives you every reason to stop believing. Persist until the invisible becomes visible. Trust the process. The manifestation of your belief will not always come in the way you expect, but it will come. Do not concern yourself with the how or the when. That is not your work. Your work is to believe, to rest in the assurance that your desire is already yours. Just as the sun rises each morning without your effort, so too will your belief bring forth its fruit. Like dawns, you wake up tomorrow only to find the sky blue. So I leave you with this truth. Belief is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. When reason denies it, imagination proclaims it. Feel it, trust it, and persist in it. And soon, what was once a mere dream will stand before you as your reality. Reason works within the confines of what it can measure, quantify, and observe. It thrives on facts, patterns, and logic, drawing conclusions based solely on what has already been established. While this is invaluable for navigating the practicalities of daily life, it often serves as a roadblock when one seeks to go beyond the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. To believe in something greater, something unseen, unheard, or unprecedented, reason alone is insufficient. This is where imagination takes center stage. Imagination is not restricted by the limitations of time, space, or circumstances. It is the creative force that enables us to see beyond what is and envision what could be. Through imagination, we access a realm where all things are possible, where potential exists unbounded by the current state of affairs. It is the spark that ignites innovation, the force behind all progress, and the key to manifesting a life beyond what reason dictates as achievable. To believe the unbelievable, one must shift their attention from the external world of facts to the internal world of vision. This shift requires a deliberate detachment from the senses. The eyes may tell you that your circumstances are fixed. The ears may hear the doubts of others, and your own reasoning may whisper, "This is impossible." But none of these hold true power unless you allow them to. When you close your eyes to the external and look inward, you discover a landscape where limitations dissolve and new possibilities emerge. It is in this inner realm of imagination that belief is born. Belief does not arise from evidence, it arises from conviction. When you imagine vividly and consistently, your mind begins to accept the imagined scenario as real. The subconscious, which does not differentiate between what is seen and what is imagined, begins to align itself with this inner vision. As the curse comes independently, bearing you closer and closer to this fruit, it starts to operate as if the imagined reality is already true, drawing circumstances, opportunities, and ideas into your life that resonate with this belief. This process requires courage. The world around you may mock your vision, dismissing it as wishful thinking or sheer delusion. Even your own mind, conditioned by years of reliance on reason, may resist. But understand this: every great achievement in history was first imagined before it became reality. The Wright brothers imagined flight when reason declared it impossible. Visionaries throughout time have imagined realities that defied every fact and limitation of their era. They succeeded not because they accepted what reason dictated, but because they dared to trust in their inner vision. To cultivate belief through imagination, you must practice consistency. Let your mind dwell on the end result of your desire, not on the obstacles in its path. See yourself as already living in the fulfillment of your dream. Feel the emotions, hear the sounds, and embrace the sensations associated with it. The more vivid and real this imagined state becomes, the more deeply it impresses itself upon your subconscious mind. Through this process, the boundary between imagination and reality begins to blur. What once seemed unbelievable becomes a natural part of your experience. Reason will then attempt to claim credit, pointing to logical explanations for how things unfolded. But deep down, you will know the truth. It was not reason, but imagination that created your reality. Imagination is the foundation upon which belief is built, and belief is the force that transforms the invisible into the visible. It transcends every limitation, turning the impossible into the inevitable. True belief does not originate from logic or rational thought. It arises from feeling. The subconscious mind, which governs much of your reality, does not respond to reason or facts. It is indifferent to what is true or false, possible or impossible. Instead, it operates through the language of emotions and feelings. To change your outer reality, you must first communicate with your subconscious mind by embodying the feeling of your desire as if it has already come to pass. When you wish to manifest something, simply thinking about it or hoping for it is not enough. Thoughts, unless charged with emotion, remain fleeting and ineffective. The subconscious does not act on ideas alone, it acts on the emotional energy behind those ideas. This is why you must go beyond mere visualization and immerse yourself in the experience emotionally. It is not about imagining that your desire might happen someday, but about stepping into the state of already having it now. You must feel the joy, relief, excitement, or gratitude that comes with the realization of your desire, as if it is already yours. This is not an act of deception or self-delusion, but an intentional act of creation. When you feel something deeply, your body and mind begin to operate as though that feeling is a reality. Your actions, thoughts, and energy shift to align with this inner state, and in turn your external circumstances begin to mirror it. This is the law of life. Your inner world creates your outer world. To embody the feeling of fulfillment, start by asking yourself, what would it feel like if my desire were already fulfilled? Close your eyes and allow yourself to dwell in that state. Imagine the sights, sounds, and sensations of your fulfilled desire. If you desire financial abundance, for example, imagine the weight of money in your hands, the freedom to do what you wish, and the security that comes with it. If you long for love, feel the warmth of companionship, the joy of shared moments, and the comfort of being fully understood and accepted. Whatever your desire, immerse yourself in the emotional reality of it. Let the feeling wash over you and take root within. It is not necessary to know how or when your desire will manifest. The how is not your concern, and the when is irrelevant. Your sole responsibility is to maintain the feeling of fulfillment. The more consistently you dwell in this emotional state, the more firmly you impress it upon your subconscious mind. And as this impression takes hold, the outer world begins to shift in response. People, opportunities, and circumstances will naturally align to reflect the state you have embodied within. Doubts may arise, and the world around you might present evidence to the contrary. But this is where your faith must prevail. Feelings are not bound by the constraints of the senses, they transcend them. When the outer reality contradicts your inner vision, return to the feeling of fulfillment. Let it become your anchor, your constant truth, regardless of external appearances. This practice requires discipline, but its rewards are profound. By embodying the feeling of your desire already fulfilled, you activate the creative power within you. You move from being a passive observer of life to a deliberate creator of your reality. In time, what you feel within will become visible without. Your outer world will align with your inner state, and the fulfillment you once only felt will become the life you live. This is the essence of true belief, feeling it real until it becomes real. The five senses are powerful tools for experiencing the physical world, but they are not infallible guides when it comes to creating a reality that transcends current circumstances. They function as reporters of what is, not of what can be. If you rely solely on what your eyes see, your ears hear, or your hands touch, you risk becoming trapped in a loop of perpetuating the same external conditions. To manifest a new reality, you must learn to detach from the evidence of the senses and anchor yourself in the unseen reality you wish to create. The outer world reflects the sum of your past thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. It is the residue of your previous inner states, not the defining truth of what is possible. When you allow your senses to dominate your perception, you become bound by the limitations they impose. If your bank account shows scarcity, your eyes may convince you that abundance is unattainable. If your relationships are strained, your ears may echo words of conflict that reinforce disharmony. These appearances are not permanent truths. They are malleable and can be reshaped by shifting your focus inward. To detach from the evidence of the senses, you must recognize that the unseen reality within you is the true source of creation. Your imagination and inner convictions are far more potent than the fleeting appearances of the external world. Begin by withdrawing your attention from what you do not want. When faced with a reality that contradicts your desires, resist the urge to dwell on it or react emotionally to it. Instead, turn inward and focus on the reality you wish to manifest. This practice is not about ignoring reality, but about transcending it. A gardener does not dwell on the barrenness of a winter field. They plant seeds with the conviction that spring will come. Similarly, you must plant the seeds of your desired reality in the fertile soil of your imagination, nurturing them with the feelings of fulfillment. When you do this, the outer world will begin to reorganize itself to reflect your inner vision. Detachment requires discipline and faith. The senses are persistent, and the world may offer evidence that seems to counter your efforts. In those moments, remind yourself that appearances are not final. They are merely shadows cast by previous states of mind. Anchor yourself in the certainty that the unseen reality you hold within is more real than the fleeting conditions around you. The physical world is plastic and responsive to the impressions you impress upon it through thought and feeling. Meditation and visualization are invaluable tools in this process. Set aside time each day to quiet the chatter of the senses and immerse yourself in the feeling of your desire already fulfilled. Picture it vividly. Engage all your inner senses, and most importantly, feel the emotions associated with its realization. The more you dwell in this state, the less power the outer world will have to sway you. Your role is not to fight against what is, but to align yourself with what can be. The evidence of the senses may scream doubt, but your faith in the unseen must remain unwavering. Over time, the persistent focus on your inner vision will override the limitations of the senses, and the outer world will yield to the truth of your inner conviction. By detaching from appearances and anchoring yourself in the unseen, you activate the creative power within you and become the master of your reality. Persistence in the assumption of your desire is the cornerstone of transformation. It is not enough to momentarily entertain the thought of your wish fulfilled. You must live in that state repeatedly and consistently until it becomes your reality. The mind, when left unchecked, will naturally revert to its old patterns, pulling you back into the familiar limitations of reason and appearance. This is why persistence is essential. It serves as the bridge between your imagined reality and its manifestation in the physical world. When you assume that your desire is already fulfilled, you are engaging in a deliberate act of creation. This assumption must become your dwelling place, the mental state in which you reside, regardless of what the outer world shows you. At first, this may feel unnatural, as the evidence of the senses will often contradict your assumption. But the key is to remain steadfast, trusting that the inner reality you consistently affirm will eventually harden into fact. Persistence requires discipline. It is easy to fall into doubt or despair when your desires seem distant or unattainable. The rational mind will question the validity of your belief, pointing to the absence of tangible proof. Yet this is precisely when persistence must take over. You must remind yourself that the outer world is not the source of your reality. It is merely the reflection of your inner state. Persistence in the brain changes the state within, and the reflection must change as well. One of the most effective ways to persist is through repeated affirmation and visualization. Affirm to yourself with conviction that your desire is already yours. These affirmations are not empty words, they are declarations of truth that impress your subconscious mind. Combine them with vivid mental images of your fulfilled desire. See yourself living in the end state, experiencing the joy, peace, or excitement that comes with it. Do this regularly, especially during quiet moments of the day or just before sleep when your mind is most receptive. Persistence also involves a willingness to ignore setbacks and delays. The manifestation of your desire may not happen immediately, and there may be times when the outer world appears to move in the opposite direction. These moments are tests of your faith and commitment. Do not waver. Instead, double down on your assumption, reaffirming your belief in the unseen reality. Treat every apparent obstacle as an illusion, knowing that the ultimate outcome is already secured within you. A helpful practice is to act as if your desire is already a fact. This does not mean forcing actions in the outer world, but rather aligning your thoughts, feelings, and attitudes with the fulfillment of your desire. How would you feel, think, and behave if you already had what you wanted? Begin embodying those qualities now. This alignment creates a harmonious resonance between your inner and outer worlds, accelerating the process of manifestation. Persistence is not about struggle or effort. It is about consistency and faith. You are not forcing the universe to deliver your desire. You are aligning yourself with the reality where your desire already exists. The more you persist in this alignment, the more natural it becomes, and the easier it is for your subconscious mind to accept it as true. Persistence transforms belief into knowing. What begins as an assumption gradually solidifies into a conviction that cannot be shaken. This conviction, once established, becomes the foundation upon which your new reality is built. By persisting in the assumption of your desire, you align yourself with the creative power within and open the door of your imagined reality to manifest in the physical world. Doubt is an inevitable part of the journey toward fulfilling your desires. It arises when the rational mind, tethered to the evidence of the senses, questions the reality of what you seek to manifest. But doubt does not have to be a stumbling block. It can become a stepping stone. Every doubt, every moment of hesitation is an opportunity to reaffirm your inner conviction and deepen your faith in the unseen reality you are creating. Instead of seeing doubt as an enemy, learn to see it as a tool that strengthens your belief. When doubt arises, it is often accompanied by the voice of reason. Reason operates within the boundaries of what is known and proven. and it tends to resist anything that challenges those limits. But your desires often lie beyond the realm of the known. If you were already living in your desired reality, there would be no need for imagination or faith. Doubt, then, is a natural reaction to stepping into the unknown. So even, however, it is not a sign that you are off course. It is a sign that you are expanding into new possibilities. The first step in turning doubt into an opportunity is to recognize it for what it is, a thought, not a fact. Doubt only has power if you allow it to take root and grow. When a doubtful thought arises, observe it without judgment and remind yourself that it is merely a reflection of your past conditioning. It does not define your future unless you give it permission to do so. In this way, doubt becomes a mirror, showing you the areas where your faith needs to be strengthened. Instead of resisting doubt or trying to suppress it, use it as a prompt to reaffirm your belief. Each time a doubtful thought enters your mind, counter it with a deliberate affirmation of your desired state. For example, if doubt tells you this will never happen, respond with, "It is already done. My desire is a reality now." Repeat this affirmation with conviction, feeling the truth of it as you say it. Over time, this practice rewires your mind, making faith the dominant response instead of doubt. Obstacles and challenges in the outer world often trigger doubt, but these too can be reframed as opportunities. Every obstacle is a chance to prove to yourself that your inner conviction is stronger than any external circumstance. Instead of seeing an obstacle as evidence that your desire is unattainable, see it as a test of your faith. Ask yourself, how can I use this situation to deepen my trust in the process? It's not necessarily when you approach challenges with this mindset, they lose their power to derail you and instead become catalysts for growth. Faith is like a muscle. It grows stronger with use. Doubt provides the resistance necessary for that growth. Just as physical exercise requires tension and effort to build strength, spiritual growth requires moments of uncertainty to deepen your reliance on your inner power. Embrace these moments as opportunities to practice unwavering faith in the unseen. Each time you overcome doubt, you reinforce your belief, making it more resilient and unshakable. The key to turning doubt into an opportunity is to remain rooted in the feeling of your desire already fulfilled. No matter what your mind or the world around you suggests, hold fast to the inner conviction that your desired reality exists and is unfolding perfectly. Use visualization, affirmation, and gratitude to keep your focus on the end result rather than the obstacles along the way. Gratitude, in particular, is a powerful antidote to doubt. When you feel grateful for your desire as though it has already been achieved, you align yourself with the frequency of fulfillment, dissolving doubt in the process. Doubt is not something to be feared or avoided. It is an essential part of the journey. It is through confronting and overcoming doubt that you build the unshakable faith required to manifest your desires. Each time you choose belief over doubt, you strengthen your connection to the creative power within you. And as your faith grows, the outer world will inevitably reflect the reality of your inner conviction. Trusting in the timing of the unseen is an act of surrender, a declaration of faith in the invisible processes of life. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to check if it has sprouted. You trust that the seed will grow in its own time, unseen beneath the soil before breaking through into the light. In the same way, the manifestation of your desires follows an unseen process that requires your trust, patience, and belief in its perfect timing. The rational mind often demands control, wanting to dictate how and when your desires should appear. This need for control stems from fear, the fear that if you let go, your desire will remain unfulfilled. But the truth is, control is an illusion. Manifestation operates on a higher plane, one that is not bound by the limitations of human reasoning or the constraints of time. To trust in the unseen is to acknowledge that there is a greater intelligence at work, orchestrating events in ways that your conscious mind cannot comprehend. Releasing the need to control does not mean becoming passive or indifferent. On the contrary, it requires an active commitment to your inner vision. Your role is to maintain the feeling of your desire already fulfilled, to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you wish to experience. Once you have set your intention and embodied the feeling of fulfillment, the how and when are no longer your concern. These details belong to the unseen forces that bring your desires into being. The timing of manifestation is always perfect, though it may not align with your expectations. What feels like a delay is often preparation. The universe is arranging the circumstances, opportunities, and people necessary for your desire to materialize in the most harmonious way. Sometimes you may not be ready to receive what you are asking for, and the delay serves as an opportunity for growth and alignment. Trust that every moment, every experience is moving you closer to your desired outcome, even if it is not immediately apparent. A powerful way to cultivate trust is to look back on past experiences where things worked out in ways you could not have planned or predicted. Reflect on moments when what you needed came to you at the perfect time, often in unexpected ways. These memories serve as reminders that life has a rhythm and intelligence far greater than what the rational mind can grasp. Trusting in the timing of the unseen means believing that this same intelligence is at work in your current situation. Doubt and impatience often arise when the outer world shows no evidence of progress. In these moments, remember that manifestation begins in the unseen realm. Just as a seed takes time to germinate beneath the surface, your desires are growing in ways that are not immediately visible. Resist the urge to measure progress by external signs alone. Instead, turn inward and reaffirm your faith in the process. Feel the reality of your desire as though it is already complete, and let this feeling guide your thoughts and actions. Gratitude is a powerful tool for reinforcing trust. When you express gratitude for your desire as though it has already been fulfilled, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance and fulfillment. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, dissolving fear and impatience. It reminds you that the unseen forces are always working in your favor, even when the evidence is not yet visible. Trusting in the timing of the unseen requires a balance of intention and surrender. Intention sets the course, while surrender allows the process to unfold naturally. When you release the need to control and trust in the perfection of divine timing, you open the door for miracles to occur. Your role is to hold the vision, embody the feeling of fulfillment, and remain steadfast in your faith. The how and when are not yours to manage. They are the domain of the unseen, which always delivers in ways more magnificent than you can imagine. In the journey to believe in the unseen and manifest your desires, the key lies in shifting your focus inward, beyond the limits of reason and the evidence of the senses. Imagination is the foundation of belief, and your ability to feel your desires as real, detach from the outer world, persist in your assumptions, turn doubts into opportunities, and trust in divine timing all play a vital role in creating your reality. Manifestation is not about controlling the external, it is about mastering the inner. As you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with your desired outcome, the outer world must reflect it back to you. The power to transform your life is already within you. Your belief, nurtured and unwavering, has the ability to bend reality and bring forth miracles. Trust in the process, hold steadfast to your vision, and let faith guide you. The unseen forces are always working on your behalf, orchestrating the perfect outcomes in perfect timing. Thank you for allowing me to share this journey with you. May you walk forward with confidence, clarity, and the unwavering belief that all you seek is already yours. Blessings to you.